So we've got that. Okay, so we're recording May 24th, 2018. I can hardly believe it, but less than a week ago, I made a decision to join a company called Valentus. And I did that much to my surprise. Let me just put it that way. Rick Geralds and I had been friends for a long, long time, about 20 years. Probably longer than that. He was in the same company I was in back in 1987. I don't know if we really crossed paths back then. He was on a different coast. And but he's been staying in touch with me and telling me what's going on with Valentus. And it just so happens that I know the CEO, the founder of the company, Dave Jordan. Dave and I worked together in another company. And you know, when that company was kind of winding down, Dave talked about starting his own network marketing company. And I kind of snickered, you know, because I've heard those stories before, right? And I said, well, Dave, I said, you got a couple of challenges, you know, you got to have money. And he said, yeah, no problem. I'll get some money together. And so he started the company out of the basement of his house in North Dakota. And, you know, I really didn't give him a snowball's chance in hell of really making it. And so I really didn't pay any attention. And Rick's going to tell you a little bit of the story, but, you know, I'll just fast forward, right? He called me, Dave called me about a week or so ago, and I ignored his call. And then what happened was that Rick called me and said, hey, why don't you just call Dave back and find out what's going on? So I did. You know, I called him back and I said, hey, man, congratulations on everything that you've done. And I really didn't know what he had done, except that Rick was still there after 3.5 years. And Rick had told me how much money he had made over that 3.5 years. And I said, well, you know, congratulations to you. And then Dave went on to tell me that he bought a 30,000 square foot building, and he's got his customer service in-house and shipping in-house, and, you know, 10 great products, and more products coming, and, you know, so on and so forth. And he said, just listen to a call that we're going to have tomorrow. And that was last Saturday, right? So last Saturday, I jumped on a call and listened to it. There were over 500 people on the call on a Saturday, which I was very impressed. And not only did I hear from the formulator of the Slim Roast Optimum weight loss coffee product, but I heard from untold number of people who had been testing the product. And what I heard were results, 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 results for an hour. I heard results after results after results. And I said, you know what? Something is going on. So, you know, I called him back and I said, you know what? I think you guys are ripe. And what I mean by ripe is that you're ready for prime time, right? Everything seems to be in place. And, you know, that's what I always look for is, you know, for the past 4 years, I've been in different companies that were, didn't have a residual income component to it. And so I didn't have the luxury of having people buying products, sampling products, adding customers, doing the things that for the past 27 years I had been involved in, and I had made a substantial amount of money participating in. And then I got off on this tangent, you know, it's like coming back home, right? Coming back to something that I know, that I love, that I've done for a long time. And, you know, it'll be nice to build a 6-figure monthly check again. And I just told everybody that, you know, all of those people that want to come along with me, you know, it's time to jump on board right now. We're going to go through some of the back office and some of the systems and everything that I'm going to show everybody. And then Rick's going to go through a couple of slides, PowerPoint. But, you know, what I want to do right now is have you hear from Rick Geralds. Rick is in Houston, Texas, and they let him out every Thursday evening, you know, to do these calls, you know, good release program. And or he does it from somewhere there in the county jail. But no, great guy. I've known him forever, and just he's like a rhino. He's just a bulldog. He just gets onto something, and he clomps down on it, and never gives up. And so I'm delighted to have him as my sponsor. Never thought that would ever happen, but it has. And miracles never cease. And Rick, thanks for staying in touch with me for 3.5 years, because it'll pay off in diamonds. So with that, buddy, it's all yours. Tell them your story.
Well, thanks, Chuck, and don't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody. I did actually threaten to twist your arm. You didn't enroll, but wow, what a great story, Chuck. Valentus, like you said, I mean, you were like, I just don't think this is going to make it, Rick. This is 3.5 years ago. And I stuck with Dave, and, the first 10 months, we struggled a little bit for the first 10 months, but even doing just 150,000 a month to 200,000 volume with the three first products, which was the Immune Boost, which is a great product, the Energy I absolutely love, and then the Trim, which is also weight loss. We were able to be debt-free by September of 2014. We started in July 2014, and I put 120 people or something in, and most of them are still here today. So we did real well. Starting in 2015, we enhanced the compensation plan, and then we went ahead, and April 1st, we launched our first coffee. It was our original coffee. It was a weight loss coffee. They call it a weight management coffee. And this stuff was just incredible. And I didn't think there could ever be a better product made, better than even our original coffee that we had. And then about 1.5 years into it, the manufacturers got a little bit greedy, and we went to war. And over the last, in the year 2017 and the end of 2016, we introduced a couple of new coffees, but they just weren't the sizzle that the original coffee was. And here's the thing. Here we are, basically a baby company. We haven't hit momentum yet. And we got a new coffee we just announced that I believe is now the best coffee and the #1 weight loss product that happens to be a coffee in the globe. So, and it's better than our original. We've got the formulator on our team, and we've got the formulation that we own. It is ours. And 100% of the people that drink this coffee, they get results. They're losing weight. Just in the first 10 days, we have people losing from 3 to 4 to 5, and even 11 pounds within 10 days by drinking 2 cups a day, just 2. That's it. 6 to 8 ounces twice a day, and you're losing 5 to 12 pounds, 11 pounds in the first 10 days. So when you have a product that gets results like that, and see, Chuck recognized it. He knew, you know what? Hey, I've never been working with Rick, but it sounds like this coffee works, and it does. Those people were all part of the trial period. There was some 30 or 40 of them, and I do not know of a single person who has not lost weight and gotten results. And that tells me right there, we're going to be back to where we were in 2016 when 2015 and 16. In 2016, we did 32 million, our first full year with the coffee, okay? So that's 32 million. With the new one, I expect us to be like probably doing 40, 50 million by the end of 2019, no problem, okay? 40, 50 million in the year 2019, because this is about where we launched our original coffee. So we are back. And so what's nice about being in a 3.5-year-old company is that we're debt-free. We own all the buildings, as Chuck said. We have in-house shipping, in-house customer service. Chuck was telling me that people were getting called in his group by our customer service manager welcoming them. That doesn't happen in network marketing. Okay, so $499, people come in and they get the 16 products for only $31 a product, and you got the customer service manager that is calling up your people and saying, hey, welcome, can I do anything for you? That is just incredible. I really like that personal service. So we've got everything in place, we're not really a startup. We've got everything in place, and it really is just beginning. So when you look at timing, Chuck, and Chuck knows this, you look at timing and you got a sizzle unique product, and you get on that product, you get results, you tell everybody about it. There's a chance here that there's many, many people in his group over the next year could be making significant incomes. I'm talking 50,000 a month in the next year. And that's pretty powerful, because in the original coffee, I was making 50, 60,000 a month after 13 months. So this coffee's better, and we own it. Let's just duplicate the results and do what we did before, and we're going to take it even higher. So I see a 10, 12, maybe 15-year run with this particular product, and that rarely happens in network marketing. So I'm pretty excited about the products. The CEO, I've known him since 1999, and I waited 3 years for him to start this company. And this guy, everything he touches turns to gold. I mean, everything he does, it becomes successful. So he proved it again here, even though we had a bunch of pros out there that doubted him. I mean, he really proved it here with that particular, with the run that we've had. So what do you want me to do now? Go ahead and go over this?
You know, Rick, and what I tell people, that if you can do it, anybody can do it. Right?
Absolutely.
So
I'm not, I mean, look, I've been doing this a long time, but you know what? It's so much easier when everybody drinks coffee and everybody wants to lose weight. You look at this as a global product. It's one thing to have coffee, okay, which is huge.
I go back to a friend of mine who also lives in Houston, Texas, Holton Bugs. And Holton was involved in another little coffee company. He's now made $60 million. He and I sat in a room and talked just like this. And he said, hey, come and, you know, join me and blah, blah, blah. And I tasted the coffee, and it was like ground up dirt.
Exactly.
You know? I was gagging, trying to get it down and trying to be nice. And he said, don't worry about the taste. And I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And but it didn't stop him. He made over $1 million a month, and he's still doing very well. But we're not going to talk about that. But I just wanted to, you know, in the same realm, right? And you know, it's all about catching a company at the right time with all the right things. And what I want to show you guys is, let me just get over to here to. I'm actually not going to go to that, but Rick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to that in a second. What I'm going to do is go over to actually the back office. I thought I had. Oh, I do have it up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do have it up. So can you guys see that just fine?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, one of the things that Valentus does, they've got great websites. They, you know, so that's the difference between a startup company and a company that's been around for 3.5 years. Now, you know, I want to go through the pre-enrollee, and I'm going to discuss that a little bit, but I'm going to jump in and get to my site and let you guys see a few things, because if you haven't seen it, you know, it's important that you take a look. So lots of things over here on the left hand side. This is kind of the menu of everything, right? And but you know, what I wanted you to see were just some of the websites, you know, and things that are already in place, already replicated, that you're not getting charged for. You're not getting charged an arm and a leg to have systems put in place. So you've got the corporate replicated website. You've got product-specific landing pages that are already up there. And you've got again, you've got, they just keep going, right? And they just keep, this is the new Slim Roast product landing page, opportunity movies, the power line. And for all of you that Well, everybody here that's here got an invitation from the power line system. It allowed you to take a look, get pre-registered, pre-enrolled, and then take a look at the business from the inside out, and make a decision as to what you want to do. So landing pages for pre-enrollments, and again, retail, all the components are here. No blue sky, right? What I found interesting is that they keep a tab on everybody, right? And this is just recruiters, right? The top recruiters, and it's the top 200 recruiters in the company. Now, Rick, as your business goes through a number of different phases. Rick's not necessarily into recruiting as much as he is into support nowadays, but all of us newbies have to be in the recruiting mode. And that's one of the things that I excel in. I love to recruit. I love to put people in the process. I love to take them through. I love to show them, exactly what has to be done. And, like I said, I started recruiting on Sunday, right? Sunday. Today is Thursday. I went from number 2,852. Now, I don't know how many distributors there are, to number 3. And it only required me to recruit 19 people. So I think, if I had maybe a little bit more time, I think I could probably get to number 1 and give Ashley a little run for her money. I'll certainly give it the good old college try. But everything is here, all the statistics. I mean, as you get in, of course, you've got a profile section, all your personal information, training manuals, the newsletter. If you haven't clicked on and looked at the newsletter, by all means, you need to do that, because it's filled with, and it loads a little slow because there's a lot of content. The upcoming convention in none other than Vancouver, BC, the 13th through the 15th, celebrating my birthday. And then it goes through all the latest news on all the different countries and things that are about to get started, right? And what I say is about to get started. They're going through and getting the products registered in all the countries, so that we're not shipping there NFR or not for retail. We're shipping there for retail sales, customers, right? And so that's exciting. So again, catching the company at the right time, with all the right systems in place, with a hot product that gets immediate results. We talked to Dave today about a sampling system, and we're going to have that in place shortly. I'm thinking, we were talking between the next 4 to 5 to 6 weeks, where instead of the slim roast being in a tub, it'll be in stick packs, so it'll be very easily sampled. And we'll put together a sampling program that'll be beyond incredible, so that we can get people the product. So hey guys, what I want to do, and I know there's a lot of questions that we could probably go through and talk about, with the back office, but I really only want to spend about 30 minutes. And what I wanted Rick to do was kind of go through the whole presentation, and it really is just kind of a quick start presentation. So Rick, I've got it all in here loaded, and ready to go. So why don't you take it away? And all you've got to do is click, and it'll bring up everything you want to take a look at. So can you take over the screen share?
Yeah, you want me to share my screen?
No, just take over mine.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that?
Well,
Well, let me just walk through it, and you can narrate it for us. How's that?
sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
So there's um, there we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. All yours, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just, this is sort of a quick start training. Because, a lot of people have questions on why I teach the business the way I do. It's because, we're business people. So I'm here to tell people exactly how to maximize their profits. And it doesn't matter whether you're opening a retail storefront or you're opening up a network marketing business or starting your own business, you want to maximize profits. So when I do this quick start training, I just want to make it simple, tell people exactly how it works without having to go through 9 pages of the compensation plan. People have to spend time doing that on their own. But at least right here with these 2 or 3 slides, we can show people how they get paid. So you've got 6 ways we get paid. I'm not seeing the other part of this slide. Does that come up later? There it is. So we get 6 ways to get paid. We've got the weekly and the monthly, okay? First of all, I only deal with $499 packs, okay? I don't talk about the $199 or the $129 or the $59 because the duplication of the business in the system that we follow by coming in for $499, doing $129 a month, and then getting your 3 or 4. Obviously, people on your team, Chuck, can enroll a lot more than that. But the concept is we're going to take brand new people into network marketing and we're going to make them successful in this company on top of us professionals who've been doing this a while who have a big contact base. So the idea is to teach them how to just focus on the 3 and their 3 and their 3 and drive it deep. So it's important to understand how to come in, what to do monthly, and how many people you need and where to position them and what duplicates. So the $499 pack duplicates. So whenever you bring somebody in for $499, you're going to get a fast start bonus of $100. Okay, that's a nice commission. It's about 20%. But after your first 3, from your 4th person on to infinity, okay, you're going to get an extra $100 per $499. So basically, you're going to get $200 on every $499 pack that you're enrolling. Okay, so then the third way we get paid is we have what is called, I just call it a dual team with matching bonuses. That's really all this is. It's a very simple plan to understand. With a dual team, you got 2 sides. So every time that a $499 pack comes in, it puts or places 100 business volume into that leg in the dual team. So if you got 2 people on one leg and 1 on the other, and they both came in for $499, that's going to get you a $20 check. Okay, doesn't matter whether it's 1-2 or 2-1. Okay, so no matter what side they land on, notice I just put 100 BV on the left and 200 BV on the right. That means 3 499 packs spit out this $20 check. Okay. So, and the dual team cap is $100,000 per week. So there is a ton of room. Our cap is much higher than any other company out there right now. Okay, so the match check is basically when you're helping 2 people to build 2 sides. You're going to go ahead and get a match check. And when you come in for that $499, you're getting 4 levels of match check right out the gate. And the first level, which would be people that you personally enroll, is going to be 20%. So if I'm enroller of Chuck, well, I want him and his group to achieve and succeed, because if you guys are building the group and achieving on both of his legs, then, and he's making, let's just say, $1,000 a week, I'm going to make 20% of that dual team check because he's my personal enrollee, and I make 20% off him match check. So I would be making $200 a week in that scenario. Okay, so we just keep the explanation simple, but then there is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th levels, and you'll be getting paid off Chuck's people as well. I'll be getting a match check. It's just not as high as 20%, but it's still there. Over the long term, both your dual team and your match check are going to be your highest residual incomes because you're going to be building two sides. It's a 1/3, 2/3, so you're going to get paid off the 1/3 side. But the key is you got to build two legs. You got to keep that mindset. Okay, we need to throw away the whole power leg notion because those, honestly, they don't work over time. And then, so we've got the match level. It's, you can earn up to 7 levels of the dual team depending on your rank. But you start out with 4 right away with the $4.99 pack. So what happens a lot of times, somebody will come in with a $4.99 pack, they'll enroll one person, and that person will take off. Well, if they come in with anything less, they're only earning 1 or 2 levels, okay, of match check. So you're getting an extra 2 levels by coming in for $4.99. That's huge money right out the gate that you could be leaving on the table by not coming in for the $4.99 pack. Now, the monthly car bonus starts when you hit diamond. And to make diamond, you're going to have 15,000 business volume on one side and 15,000 business volume on the other. And one of the legs, if Chuck is driving down the left leg, he's going to be helping everybody in his left leg. That means everybody's left leg is going to be helped out by whatever Chuck does. Every time he enrolls somebody, they go to the bottom. And every time somebody else puts somebody in that leg, it goes to the bottom. And everybody upline gets credit for that volume. So it's not that difficult when you have a team working together. It makes it real simple. That's why I love this compensation plan. It really is a teamwork pay plan because you have your people straight down versus a unilevel. If Chuck were to put 40 people front line of him, well, everybody's building a separate leg, right? They're working against each other, really. I mean, they're fighting for people or help. So in this particular compensation plan, everything Chuck does benefits everybody in that left leg and even in the right leg. So it's very advantageous when people are working together and we got teams doing this. People can make diamond their first month many times. So the monthly bonus, the car bonus, $400 to $3,000 a month. Diamond is $400. Blue diamond, which is what I'm at, is $1,500 a month. So just think about that. In 13 months, I was able to get to $50,000, $60,000 a month, and I'm making a $1,500 a month car bonus. That's incredible. I mean, it's incredible money for this compensation plan. So that's when it starts, is when you're a diamond. You get 15,000 on this side and 15,000. But don't worry about it because there is a ton of money in the 4 ways you get paid weekly. And then the global bonus, why do we come in for $4.99? Because the global bonus, if you're a $4.99 and you're enrolling $4.99s, then you can participate in the global bonus share. 1 share equals about $200 and $250 right now. It changes from month to month. It depends on how many people achieve it and what the company volume is. So it's 1% global bonus, okay? I didn't put the 1% on it. But, you know, I've seen people bring 15, 20, 25 people in the first month at $499 and make themselves a $6,000 to $8,000 check. My first check under the old compensation plan was about $5,800. If I had had this compensation plan, I would have made probably about $6,800 to $7,200. My first month. That's great income for a nutritional company. It's just not achieved out there, that kind of income. And then, of course, you have retail, and that's, you know, outside of the compensation plan. You can retail. And then there's another program, you know, where if you get a person wants to be a customer only and they want to go out and get 2 or 3 people on a loyalty purchase, then they can get their product free. But that's something we'll have to research later.
You know, Rick, one of the things that I tell people all the time, and after looking at this plan and being around a binary or a 2-team plan, it's not your typical binary that usually pays 10% on your weaker leg. Now, you know, that's why most people despise a binary, because everybody wants to be on the power leg, right? So I tell them, hey, if you don't like a binary, you're going to love this plan. You know, because most of the money is in other things, the legacy bonus. So if in that coded bonus, I mean, that's amazing. So, and then the match check. So so if you, you've got to start at that $4.99, and that it's just something that you have to do. So hey, let's get on with the with the. There's another little piece of that, right? $200 on every business builder package. That's 50% almost, right? I mean, you're making, well, 40%. Here's an interesting. I took your slide and kind of took it apart, Rick, and everybody. This is what I'm building. That left side, it says your upline building leg. That's exactly what I'm doing. So my upline is building this other leg. So I've got Rick building this other leg, and what he's going to talk about here is how you get your product cost for nothing, right? So, Rick, why don't you go through it?
Well, Chuck, what we want to do is we want to make this duplicatable so that, we want to be able to, this coffee will bring in brand new people into network marketing. It will bring brand new people into your business because it is so effective when a brand new person who has no experience in network marketing loses 10 pounds on a coffee. They're going to tell everybody. So we have to keep this very simple for people that are new because we want new people coming in here and setting new records, okay? Setting new highs. We want these kind of people coming on and being successful. And so with this, I just taught people kind of a 3 who get 3 who get 3. But to get back to free product, it's very simple. Can you put this other stuff up there? I don't know if it's up there. Yeah. Is that just loading on its own?
Yep.
Okay. And so you come in for the $4.99 loyalty purchase for the following month. And on another training, I talk about why you want to do that between the 1st and the 15th. But that's for another day. But basically, if this is Chuck right here in the middle, okay, he's going to, I got this backwards, actually. But let's say this is, well, it's okay. It doesn't matter. This is Chuck right here. In reality, he's going to be building this leg for you guys down here on the left. He's also going to be building his right leg, but he's going to get more help from me on the right side. So the idea is, if this is Chuck up here, okay, up here above this U, right up here, you're going to put your first person in his power leg. You want somebody who's independent and who can build on their own. And the reason is because they're going to get help in this leg, and you are, besides you, and there'll be other people in there putting their first person down this leg, it ensures that this power leg is growing in addition to Chuck's help. So the reason you do this is that first person who's independent, if they come in here and start building this right leg right here, I don't know if you guys can see my little hand or not, but they build this right leg, okay, then you're going to get 20% off this person right away, a 20% match off their dual team check. So you're going to be making money immediately when this person pops in, gets help on their left leg, and starts building their right. And then the other 2 people you're going to bring in are going to go on your building leg, okay? So everybody in your group, actually, their building leg is going to be their right side, the ones that are on your left leg. So they're going to bring in their second or their third, and then you guys can just alternate 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or, for yourselves. But with these 3 people, you're going to teach them to do the same exact thing. So it makes it duplicate. So how do we get the free 0 cost for product? Get your 3 people. In fact, if you taught everybody, Chuck, if all they ever did was bring in 3 a month at $4.99, your group would explode after 90 days.
Right.
Because of the duplication. So
right.
There's your $100 fast start right here. I don't know if that was taken off. $100 fast start, $100 fast start, $100 fast start, yeah. And then the $250 is the global bonus. So you're going to make about $500 to $550 right back immediately, just getting your first 3 in the same calendar month, because you have to get the 3 $4.99s in the same calendar month to earn that $250. I mean, if you got plenty of money, then it's not a big deal. You just continue working from month to month. Okay, but I'm trying to teach people who tell me I don't have any money. Well, go line up your 3 people. Let's get them on the phone and let's get those $4.99s in. That way, you're getting your people the product and getting them launched right away.
Right.
No excuse, because we know the product works. Chuck's already got enough tools. Your team's got some tools. You got the audio with the testimonial. You've got the video with the testimonials. and then the Valentus product site, and then there'll eventually be a Facebook site where everybody can go there and actually see tons of testimonials. You can go into the group. It'll be like Optimum, whatever their page is going to be. Is that the second slide?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So this is kind of the structure what I was talking about. 3 who get 3 who get 3. So because of I need the 10% thing over here. Uh-oh. There we go. So because of the 10% rule, which I love, I wanted to let everybody know here that the older binary type pay plans, the power legs, they eventually fizzle out after 3 years because everybody's just focused on one leg. That's not what it is here. You've got a 10% rule. Okay, so it's important that you understand what that is going into this. If you've got, let's say, 15,000 volume on your left and 15,000 on your right, well, in your scenario, most of your guys are on your left, so their right leg is going to be their builder leg. They got to build that out to 15,000. Okay, that's going to be all them and their teams. Okay, but on the left leg, when Chuck's putting in, let's say Chuck put in 10,000 on your left leg that month, and you only did 5,000 with the people you enrolled, you'd be covered to make diamond because you only need 10% of the diamond volume in order attached to your ID number in order to qualify for diamond. So you're going to have some work on this left leg too. There's no free lunch here. You got to build a little bit on your left and a lot on your right. Okay, so you are focusing on one leg, but you've got to get that 1/3. To be a blue diamond, for example, you got to have 25,000 attached to your ID on the one leg where you're getting help. Well, honestly, guys, my volume on both, if you go in your back office and you look at enroller tree volume, my volume is like 98% on my left and 100% on my right. So I came into this with a mindset of, I love this compensation plan. I love the fact I got to build 2 legs. And I love the fact that I'm going to teach all my people to do the same. So we're all maximizing the volume that's coming in and getting paid out on the dual team. We don't have a $22 million a month leg that is just paying the company. We have our legs 1/3, 2/3, and it's really working out well what I've been teaching. Did we want to do that?
Yeah, no, I don't, here.
This is good.
Yeah, there's so much on there, Rick. But
yeah, I know. It's easy to explain because you came in with your business builder pack, right? You've got your first 3, right? That's all you need to know. And this is what you're going to make. Remember, I said $550 on the previous slide, but there's a possibility you could get dual team income too.
Right.
So I just put $610 for your first 3. And then from your 4th to your 15th, you can add another 410 down here at the bottom. That's all you really need to know. People can read the other stuff on their own when you ship them the site, but that's how you make $4,000 to $6,000 a month, is getting 15 times $499 in.
You know, guys, like I said, everything, you'll start getting a handle on the comp plan as you start to go through it and start to look at it, and you start to, participate in the Zooms. But, this Zoom that we're going to do every Thursday evening is really going to primarily focus on the pre-enrollers, right? The people who have pre-enrolled. And so we're going to drive those people to this Zoom so that they can meet everybody. It's really important, I think, in my 30 years in the industry to meet who you're working with. And, it's just not an online thing, but there are real people behind all the systems and everything. So we'll have, and the pre-enrollment goes from Thursday to Thursday midnight Pacific time to Thursday midnight Pacific time. And so everybody can enroll. And if you go through that movie, and if you haven't, and if your pre-enroller hasn't gone through the movie, that explains everything. The people who are sitting on the fence thinking about whether I'm going to do something or not, then if they don't do something by midnight tonight, Pacific time, then they will be passed by and the whole deck will be shuffled again. And all the orders are date time stamped. And so Everything is put back in order with all the people who have ordered, and then all the people, none of those positions actually vanish. They don't go anywhere. They're there for next week, right? So, okay, I got passed over this week. I don't think I'm going to let that happen again. And I think I'm going to go ahead and place my order so I can take advantage, because now the people that may have been underneath me are now above me, and they're going to get paid off of my efforts rather than me getting paid off of their efforts. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that, hey, maybe I ought to do something if I want to do this. You know, that's the big question. It's not the money. It's, you know, look, if Rick got to 40 grand a month in 13 months, part-time, with the systems, you know, and the challenges of being a startup, then quite frankly, where the company is now is a slam dunk. You know, is it going to be easy? No, nothing's going to be easy. It's just you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to stay in there and do the things that people do to build the business all the time. And like I said, you know, for those of you that want to come along for the ride, I'm going to help you relentlessly, you know, as hard as I can, you know, to take you where you want to go. If you want to succeed, if you want to be a top producer in the industry, I'm going to help you. You know, I have a vested interest in helping you. Rick has a vested interest in helping you. So, and we've got Dave Jordan. You know, I mean, I get so excited talking to this guy, you know, because his excitement is kind of bubbling over on the phone. And I talk to him, and then I get more excited. And I go, I can only do this like once a day. So he's like bubbling over. Hey, guys, I'm glad that everybody joined us. We went a little overtime, and I'll blame it on Rick, but we went 42 minutes. But hey, Rick, thank you very much for popping in. It'll be recorded. I'll send it out to everybody. If you want to shoot it off to anybody, feel free to do that. Otherwise, we will see you here next Thursday. Invites will go out again. And
hey, Chuck, just one thing.
Yes, sir.
When people get this product and they get results, there's nobody that says no. They're all in. I'm telling you, everybody gets results drinking this product. The Optimum is the best product out there in the globe right now.
Well, Rick asked
home run.
Rick asked me to take a picture, you know, before and after, and I said, I can't do that. You know, there's still vanity in this world. And I've kind of chunked up over the wintertime. And I said, I could give you a picture of the scale, but, you know, to put my fat ass up there, no, I think I'm going to just, I'll give you the after picture, right? So, hey guys, you know my number. If you need me, give me a shout. We've got until midnight Pacific time. If any of your pre-enrollees have not placed an order, then they'll get passed by. I guarantee you that they won't do it too many times coming up. So, hey, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Howard. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Peter. Everybody.
Thank you, Chuck.
Good night, everybody.